Let's begin another episode of Let's Be Friends. Have you ever had a meltdown? I think today's topic could be meltdowns. I kind of had a meltdown today, or I got annoyed. And when I get annoyed, I tend to get sarcastic. I get uh, very descriptive and boisterous. And that's what happened in the Walmart parking lot today. My mom had lost her wallet right out of her purse, and luckily, thankfully, someone was nice enough to bring the wallet to the uh, the customer service desk because I was sitting and waiting for my mother to finish her shopping, and then I hear over the PA, "Can Judy Culver please come to the customer service desk?" And I thought, "Uh oh, did she fall? Did she get? Did something happen?" So I was waiting at the customer service desk for my mother to hopefully appear at the customer service desk. So it turns out that her wallet, of all things, the most important thing that she needs to watch and keep close to her, was lost in Walmart around Christmas time. So this is Thanksgiving. This is November. So between November and December, people do a lot of thievery. They steal a lot. They'll find money or they'll find a credit card. But luckily, this person who found her wallet brought the wallet to the front counter or to the customer service desk, and so I was both scared that my mother had fallen, or which is kind of hard for her to fall because she was using one of those carts. She usually gets a cart, one of those Segway, not Segways. It's a those handicap style carts that you drive around in or ride around in, so you don't have to walk. And I thought, okay, did she have a mishap? So I was hoping, and she did. She did show up to the customer service desk, and I was relieved to see her. But uh, it turns out she waited at the customer. There was a big line waiting for people were waiting to get served at the customer service desk, and it was mostly for returns and all that. So she goes up to the customer service desk and finds that someone found her wallet. And luckily, thankfully, I was relieved and distraught, or really shaken, because what we don't need is for mother to lose her wallet, because that's how she pays all of her bills, her car insurance, um, her T-Mobile, everything, and also her lot rent, things like that. So that got me upset, frustrated, and not knowing what to do. So that was what caused my meltdown. And so thank God somebody brought her wallet to the customer service desk. Thank you for doing that, because you don't know how much it helps that your honesty, bringing my mother's wallet to the customer service desk. God bless you, and there is you'll get some really good blessings and karma because of that. And so that's where we are right now. I had a meltdown in the parking lot with my mother. I was talking to her about how she really needs to keep an eye on her wallet. She had a drink that she didn't lose. She had her Subway cup full of the soda that she chose. She didn't lose that, but she lost her wallet. These are things I get onto my mother about, because it's very important to keep an eye on your wallet, make sure your wallet isn't missing. And so, what I've noticed about having meltdowns is someone's always watching you. Someone is always watching you have your meltdown when you start scolding your mother about not losing her wallet. And so it's just funny how someone is always standing there when you're having a meltdown, and thankfully no one was standing there recording my meltdown. It wasn't a crazy meltdown. It was just like a stern expression of frustration. Something that important gets lost. She bought herself a tiny little backpack, and she uses it as her purse. And I think she has a little trouble stuffing everything into that little backpack. And her wallet is quite a large, fat wallet with all of her cards and everything in it. So, yes, when you're having your meltdown, make sure you are aware that people are going to watch you. People are going to see you and judge you as you're having your meltdown. So that'll be, I guess, the topic. Have you ever had a meltdown? Have you ever been justified in justifiable reasons of having a meltdown? And so anyways, I'm going to try to shift my thinking. That's what we all need to practice, I think. What I need to practice is shifting my awareness to something more pleasant, like the fact that I'm sitting in this chair, that I am safe at home in the yard, and it's not raining anymore. Earlier I had to do my live stream from my bedroom because I was forced inside by the rain. Now the rain has let up, and now we just have an overcast. And I got my nice little coat on. I am doing all right. So you go by the handle Coco. Coco, where do you hail? Are you from here in the U.S.? Are you from another country? I am enjoying my life. I just have to be careful uh, when things catch me off guard. Sometimes things catch me off guard. You know, I get caught off guard. I'm having a beautiful life, and all of a sudden something happens, and I get frustrated. I get upset. MMH. What does that mean? I'm trying to learn all of these different acronyms. People use acronyms a lot nowadays, like LOL, LMAO, uh, and the like. And it's kind of hard to understand what they're saying, because I'll get sometimes some of my comments will just be an acronym, and I go, what does that mean? And sometimes it dawns on me what it means. Or TR, I guess. Oh, nothing really specific. Okay, I'll try not to read too much into these acronyms. Everything is an acronym nowadays. I've noticed, like, International House of Pancakes. When I was growing up, it was called International House of Pancakes, and now they just call it IHOP. And Kentucky Fried Chicken is now called KFC, and Chick-fil-A is still Chick-fil-A, my pleasure. And so yes, that's what I'm talking about today. I guess the things that catch us up to make us have meltdowns, or to get really, I don't know, I guess sour the milk, sour the lovely taste of milk. And it's kind of nice today. It reminds me of when you're waiting for the Thanksgiving Day parade. I was like, they have a parade every so often in downtown Dallas. Downtown Dallas, Georgia has Christmas parade and I think a Thanksgiving or Halloween parade or something like that. But if you catch it just in time, you just bring out your lawn chair. And my mother, she uses an umbrella. She takes an umbrella, opens up the umbrella, turns it upside down, and catches candy in it. It's kind of funny to watch. people just as they're going by in the parade, they just start throwing candy into her umbrella, and she comes back with tons of candy. And then it lasts all year. You know, you get Christmas candy that lasts into the next year. Sometimes people have little wristbands, stuff they throw as promotional. And I guess I'm holding on to my little wand here. This particular wand is made of Hollywood, and I guess the Druids used Hollywood, and I guess that's where Hollywood got its name. But this is a branch of a holly tree, like deck the halls with bounds of holly. And I guess we have a holly tree in our yard. I watched it start as a small tree, a small little plant, and then it kept growing, and now it's pretty good size. It's a bush now, and it's the special prickly leaves, and so that's what I did. I in my neighbor's yard, he has a holly tree, and it had longer branches, so I cut this branch and I whittled all the bark off of it and put a sharp tip on it, and now I have a Hollywood branch or Hollywood wand that I'm pretty proud of. It's what I made myself. I just had this. I sometimes use wands in my dreams. When I have a dream, I have a dream that I'm using my wand, my magic wand. So I wonder how many people are on today. I see a 0, which means there's probably one. So I guess when people start chatting, that's when I'll know they're there. That's what's interesting about this is you can see me, but I can't see you. So we're down to a 0. But anyways, I guess this is my outlet. This little thing I do with the live streams. It's something I do out of because I guess I'm a very habit oriented person. So this is one of my habits. I think of things to talk about, and sometimes I do Q&A. That's what this is. Questions when I'm not doing little shorts, telling jokes and what movie is this from. I like to kick back, and I notice some people are watching my live streams. They pop in for just a short time. They chat for a while, and T. Harrison just told me that he had to put his dog down, so I hope he's doing okay. And I had another friend, he had to also put his dog down. His dog had cancer, and it didn't take long for, his name was Blue, and yeah, that dog was a really nice dog, would always run up to me at the park. At the park, I'd be sitting at a bench, not a bench, it was a picnic table. And I'd sit at the picnic table, and then I'd see his owner, and then I'd see Blue run up to me. Before his owner got there, his owner would come up and talk to me. And so, yeah, that's sad news when your dog has to be put down for whatever reason, because you don't always see it coming. Sometimes it's just a visit to the vet or some kind of an accident. I remember one of my dogs, I think it was Boxer. I think his name was Boxer. This was a long time ago. When I was living in Alabama, my dog took off across the street, and a big truck came and hit him, killed him. And so I can relate. It's hard when you see your dog being hit by a car, and then the whole missing, and then the burying of your dog. Then my brothers had to bury a few dogs. So yes, it's rough to go through that whole process. The stages of grief, you know, denial, acceptance, and all that, you know, and it's hard because when you, especially when you've raised the dog from a puppy, and you get to really become attached to your dog. The dog becomes a part of your everyday life. And then there's that time. I think people don't consider that. You know, when you take on a dog or a cat, you're probably going to outlive that dog or cat, and it's hard to brace yourself for when that time comes. And so, or it's hard to deal with. You know, the loss of your family friend, your own special friend, and I should have brought my stocking cap because I can hear when I have my stocking cap. When I put up my hood, I notice I don't hear as well, and you can't see my face as well, but it does serve as a good head warmer. And it's, I guess I can put my hood up for a while until my head is warm again, and so that's what's happening now. We're getting closer to Thanksgiving Day, getting close to uh, to being with family and friends, and yes. So I guess we had one person pop in. He left a like, or he or she. Coco didn't tell me where Coco was from. How'd you come by the name Coco? What got you the name? Was it a nickname? We will find out probably in another episode of Let's Be Friends. So now I guess it's time to just chill. It's time to breathe, not let things catch you off guard. We're 17 minutes in, so who knows? I have one of my favorite rings. It's called my FTW. FTW means F the world. F the world. And it even has a little skeleton hand. It's made of pot metal, I think. It's got a skeleton hand on both sides. And what looks like little screws. And it just basically says F the world, you know? Sometimes I feel like that, you know, the world's never done me any favors. So why not just say F the world? And I put it on my middle finger. It fits on my middle finger, you know? And it's got a total of 8 little screws. No, 8, 9, 10, 12 screws. It looks like the FTW is screwed on there. So anyway, F the world, you know? I think Insane Clown Posse has a song called F the World. And yeah, I guess that's the attitude you gotta have. F the world. F the world and what it tries to throw at you. F the world and all these regulations and problems that are caused. I guess I'm regretting not having my stocking cap. I have an orange stocking cap. I have a black stocking cap. I have what resembles a hair and beard. And so today, I guess, we'll have a higher vibration. I want to try to raise vibration of everyone who watches this show, everyone who watches this live stream. I'm starting to crave eggnog. I always feel better when I've had eggnog. They're starting to show. I think Thanksgiving and Christmas is when they put out the eggnog. So I'm seeing a 0, so that means there's possibly one person watching. I'm doing it a little late. It's like, no, it's 5. It's 5:21 right now on Eastern Standard Time. So it's kind of late because I did have to wait for my mother to finish shopping. Going to the Walmart in Dallas, which is a bigger Walmart that has a Subway. We had Subway sandwiches in the Walmart of Dallas, and so we made it home safely afterwards. Now we're getting kind of like January weather in November. A few days ago it was kind of warm. Right now it's getting kind of cold. It's not raining right now, which is kind of good. Today when I just want to light up the fire pit or the fire holder. It's more like a fire bowl. It's a bowl. I noticed some stores have pre-cut firewood. I would love to get some pre-cut firewood. Set up the fire bowl. Then we can all gather around the fire. I can put the camera on the fire bowl while we chat. That would be kind of nice. Some people feel warm. I watched one guy at the DMV. How's it going, Galahad? We had Coco, now we have Galahad. We have, I'm going to start I need to get a pen and paper and start making a list of where people are from. Because we got one guy from Nevada, one guy from Canada, one guy I think from Tampa Bay, Florida. So it's I could give shout outs. That'd be cool in the details. If you join me, put in the details where you're from. Then that way people can know where you're from. Because sometimes just being near someone, you know, you can kind of relate to somebody who's also from Nevada, or somebody who's also from Canada, or someone who's also, anyways. So how are things? We've got possibly one viewer, one person chatting, and we'll see how long. I'll try to, oh, from Texas, the Yeehaw State. There was also a place called the Show Me State. California was the Golden State, and Maui was called the Garden Isle. Yeehaw! They say everything's better than Texas. No, everything's bigger in Texas. Don't mess with Texas. That's what I've always heard. Don't mess with Texas. That's where the Alamo is. That's where Santa Ana tried to take over. And Mexican-American War. Wasn't it Teddy Roosevelt? Teddy Roosevelt fought in the Mexican-American War. He was one of the Rough Riders. He was a badass. He went out bear hunting. That's where we got the teddy bear from, because he refused to shoot a baby bear. They thought he had a soft spot for animals, I guess. Then we had Delano Roosevelt. There's a lot of Roosevelts. Just like we have a few Bushes for a president. We had certain family members running the country. So, I remember living in North Carolina. I remember living in Alabama. We do barbecue in here in Georgia also. I guess it's a southern thing. Either people fry turkey. They'll drop a whole turkey into a vat of oil and Barbecues are pretty common around here because we get that nice southern hot weather or warm weather, and I don't smell much barbecue around here during the winter time, but during the summertime, we had a gas grill for a while. Gas grills tend to rust over time. Ours rusted out, but I guess it's a good idea not to have barbecues on the porch, because there was one time a guy had a barbecue on the porch and it caught his porch on fire. I remember that in an apartment complex I worked at. Somebody had a barbecuer on their porch, and then they started telling people don't have a barbecuer on your porch because insurance won't cover it. So you got to be careful with stuff like that. Open flame. Then I remember bagels, bagel injuries. People would have bagel injuries in the emergency room because the way people cut bagels, they hold the bagel in their hand, they start cutting this way, and they slice their hand. It's like I guess a blazing hot. Phoenix is like that too. They have to stop working at a certain time in Phoenix because it's so hot outside. If you're working a job outside, like at noon time is when everyone stops working in Phoenix. Yeah, Phoenix, Arizona. That's where Burning Man. No, Death Valley. Death Valley is where Burning Man is. Wonder Hussey does shows about Burning Man. I was like watching Wonder Hussey and oh yes, very hot and very. Oops, typo. What was a typo? Typos happen a lot. I've noticed that when I get texts, I can tell somebody had messed up because they sometimes spell check messes with me. I'll try to do spell check. Or yeah, sometimes you're clicking on the right word and it puts a different word in there. So me being a perfectionist, I go back over what I've texted. What I noticed about texting is you can't go back and fix it. You have to do a rewrite, which is frustrating. Or sometimes when you're not paying attention, you send your text with the typo in it. Back when I was a kid, you had to write down everything. Everything was written down, and we sent mail. You had to wait for that envelope to get to your friend, and then your friend would respond. It would take at least 3 days. Or you'd get on the phone. Nowadays, I don't think long distance is a thing. It used to be that you got charged more. You were charged more for long distance. So I need to be careful how long. So it hasn't been very hot. I noticed that. They're saying that we're moving into another ice age. That's what I've heard anyway. One thing I like about the cold winter is it makes my fingers shrink. So my rings fit when it's cold outside or when I'm in cold weather. I can put my rings on. But when it's hot, my fingers swell up and I can't always wear some of the rings I have. That's one thing I collect is rings. So we got 2 people. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard the crazy train. We'll call it, I guess this is a crazy train, you know. We suspend disbelief. We let go of reality as we know it. And we just have a great time. So we went from 2 to 0. One day this show will be interesting enough for people to stay on for at least an hour. Right now it's 30 minutes in. We got one like. We had Galahad. We had Coco. Maybe Trigger X will join us. Maybe Arthur will join us. What I've noticed is you could leave links. You know, like if you create a video, you can copy the link and put it in someone's comments. So if we could, you could do that. You know, if you create a video, put your link to your video in my comments, and I can watch your video that you've made and leave comments. I can leave comments on your video. You know, fair is fair. So we have one like. It looks like 0, possibly 1. So I think if I hang on long enough, we'll get more chatters. Like that song goes, hanging on for dear life. I'm hanging on for dear life. Hanging on until some chatters come. I welcome chatters. I'll have to make some shorts, more shorts to talk about the chatters. Come on board the crazy train. Or all aboard the crazy train. It's going to take us out of this reality and into a new one. One that's for humans. I think I'm getting blurry vision all of a sudden. I normally don't get blurry vision this close. My mom wants to join so bad. She doesn't have the, I guess she gets stage fright. She's been out here before. She's been in some episodes. I could tell she's just wanting to come on board. Come on and just talk with us. She brings the doggy out so he can do his business. I think that's what it is. I've worn my glasses for most of the day. When I wear my glasses, my eyes get weaker because they become dependent upon the focus of the glasses. So that's probably what's happening now. I gotta let my eyes get stronger. And then what's funny is you go and you keep having to show up to the optometrist, getting a new eye exam, and getting a stronger prescription. So it's like they're weaning you off of your normal vision, making you dependent upon glasses. Some kids, I've seen some kids with glasses. It's like I had to wait until I was 50 before I started getting the dependence upon glasses. I had to wait till I was 50, but some people, it's like they're 6 years old, 5 years old. I've always wondered how they size up for glasses. How do you? I guess the kid looks at the eye chart, and then they say, "Is it blurry? Is it blurry now? Is it better?" Okay, then you have to adjust your eyes with your prescription. I've never tried contact lenses. I want to do like LASIK surgery or LASIK eyes. I guess what they burn off a bit of your eye. They burn off your lens with a laser, and then you see better. Because they say my left eye is shaped like a football, I guess, and it messes with my vision. I'm gonna probably strengthen my eyes. If I get an eye patch, I can rely on that bad eye until it comes into focus. Myopia is also an issue for some people because people have to look at screens, they have to look at books all day, and it causes your eye muscles to strain, and get froze and become frozen in that position. They say looking off in the distance, kind of you get to the blur state or something like that, and then you keep when it's no longer blurry, you just move back further until you're the blur. I guess the blur state or something like that. They cure myopia by getting back further from the eye chart, moving back further from the eye chart each time the blur goes away. So you're gradually getting your eye to be more focused, or your eyes. So it's 36 minutes. I've been here for 36 minutes, and I've had two poppers, people who've popped in. Looks like I'm due for another haircut. I gotta shave this off. Shave so it doesn't look so puffy. Anyway, here we are. We're in nature. We're outside. People have briefly popped in just to say hi, I suppose. So I guess I'm going to go in where it's not so cold, because no one's chatting right now. I'm back to 0. Well, anyways, you'll be able to catch this episode. Not much happened today, except for me talking about my meltdown. Speaking a bit about Texas. And so I guess that's it for today. Tomorrow will be Saturday, and I bet you I won't get any chatters tomorrow. So if you're in the Eastern Standard Time zone, or if you count forward or backward, let me know when is a good time. When would a good time would be to start my cast, my live stream, so that we can chat some more. And time. Maybe I'll have more show and tell you about. And so I guess we'll consider this one a kind of an anticlimactic episode. And well, it's climactic because two people did chat with me, Coco and Galahad. And I guess that's it for today. See you tomorrow.